Hello, Kotlin Crew, and welcome to our community talks where we discuss all the things connected to Kotlin. And today's topic, I think, is a tricky one because we will try to identify some key factors that will define a good Kotlin developer or a good Kotlin development team. Although the language has been around for a while and now it's widely used by tech giants like Google, Amazon, Netflix, you name it, and probably they're using Kotlin at some capacity, it is still not that easy to find the skilled developers and the ones that are the right fit for your business. So if you are thinking about Kotlin as a technology to use for your product, or maybe you're thinking about extending your team or recruiting, or you're a developer yourself and want to find out what does it take to be a good one, stay with us because I am joined by a very special guest, Jacek Matacz. Hello, Jacek.
Hey, thank you for having me here.
It's a great pleasure. Jacek is a tech lead at DAC.digital with over 12 years of experience in like all software engineering and software development jobs possible. Currently, you are leading a team of Kotlin developers at DAC. Before we jump into that, we could also make some intro about why is Kotlin gaining popularity right now? Why is it chosen by the companies?
Well, it is built to be similar to Java, which is very popular from the last 20 years, I suppose. But it's kind of an improvement version of Java. So it's more compact, it's more expressive. You need to write less code to achieve the same thing. And it's a new thing. We like new things in development.
Yeah, it's true. And the companies want to implement them. But I think the key factor for finding the right people to work with you in Kotlin is choosing those who have some commercial experience and worked on commercial project. Could you maybe give us your take on that?
Yes, this is true. Because many developers that are working in Kotlin right now came from the Java world. The usual situation is that they have some theoretical knowledge about Kotlin, but does not have some practical experience. When I try to recruit some Kotlin developers, I always ask them to do some practical tasks. It is a simple task. It's not like implementing the whole application, but I generally want to see how the candidate is implementing the task, because you can simply tell if someone is Java developer with Kotlin knowledge or if someone is a Kotlin developer.
Any other factors that show you that this could be the right candidate?
Well, in terms of Kotlin, it's usually start with simple questions about differences between Kotlin and Java. So if someone doesn't know the basics like null safety, like for example, what is the basics, like lack of checked exceptions, like what is the difference between var and val when defining variables, you already know that this is not the good candidate. But if this is covered, you are going to the more complicated topics like coroutines, like class inheritance, like scope functions, inline functions, etc. And you can go deeper with the questions. Usually, I don't like the questions like ABCD, like closed questions with one answer. I like to talk with the candidate, so I can learn how he thought, how he approached problems. When you are searching for a Kotlin developers, you're also looking for developers. So you need to have people with certain engineering skills, which are technology agnostic. So, for example, I always try to give some candidates tasks to design some simple application, like from the higher perspective, not like to implement the whole thing, but to design abstraction layers, to design communication between systems, for example. So these are questions that are not related to Kotlin itself, but you need to ask them to find out if the person is actually good at with engineering skills.
Okay, sounds interesting. And if there was a candidate who doesn't fulfill those requirements, is there any word of advice that you could give, or I don't know, where to start or how to improve their skills?
The first thing is that if candidate is not the perfect one with Kotlin, it's not always the end of his journey. Because sometimes clients are looking for a candidates which are eager to learn Kotlin, and for example are good in Java and other skills. So it's not the end of the world, but we have to note this about the candidate so we can tell the client that he will be learning Kotlin. So this is the first thing. Second thing is how to learn Kotlin. It won't be a surprise. You just simply need to do some tasks, some projects. You need to start your own application. If you have some idea, even if it's not like the commercial application for to sale, but for example, you have some idea, simply start it in Kotlin. Find some guidelines on the internet. You can find a huge knowledge in the internet. You simply need to start work on that. There are some issues that you won't discover until you start coding in Kotlin.
That's great what you said. And probably that's one of the main reasons why we decided to start creating that Kotlin Crew community, so that the new developers could come here and maybe learn something more from those who already are working on commercial products. So thank you very much for all the great insights. And maybe I will add one more thing. If you are not a developer, or if you're not looking for developers, but you are thinking about Kotlin as a technology to back your product, I believe Jacek is a great person to reach out to if you are thinking about actually implementing that, or maybe you're looking at Kotlin team. So thank you very much once again. It was great to hear from you, and everybody, please follow us and subscribe to our channels, because we are going to be hosting more experts in the field and sharing more information.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.